you just got on. Hey, it's your girl Nakita Nicci, and you are here with a TV Sheen magazine exclusive. And I am here with the Early Walker of A&E hit show Hustle and Toe. How are you this morning, actually?
Great. Thanks for having me, Nakia.
Oh, no problem. So where are you in the world?
I'm sorry?
Where are you at in the world this morning?
I am in Chicago.
Oh, sweet. Shout out to Chicago. Hey, guys, if you're in Chicago, had your cars. So question, how long have you been in the business?
So I have been in these toy industry since 2013.
Okay. So it's been pretty profitable for you, I assume.
It has. It didn't start off that way, but yes, it has turned out to be pretty profitable for us.
So who came up with the idea to turn your business into a show?
A&E, actually. They reached out to me the end of December of last year, 2020, and sent the email. It was actually like a blank email, real generic. I thought it was a joke. Hey, we think your company would be good for a new show we got coming out. So I ignored it. I'm like, okay, somebody playing on my phone. And I got another email like a day or so later. And it was like, hey, give me a call. My name is Andy. I think this would be a great opportunity for you and your company. So I said, all right, let me see who's playing on my phone. So I called. And when I called, he was like, we want to get you set up. We think that this would be a great opportunity. When can we do a Zoom to interview you? All that good stuff. And literally less than a week later, they were in my office. So
wow. So what they do they usually just kind of like put the camera in the vehicle and just follow you around all day, or how does that go?
So they had two crews with us, two camera crews, 1 day shift, 1 night shift, and then they would do what do you call them? The GoPros. They would put the GoPros in all of my trucks. So they would have the GoPros in all of the trucks, and then they would have one actual live camera person along with, like, I guess an assistant, or I don't know what the proper name is. And they would basically follow us around to different calls.
Nice. Now, what was it like? I know, now, was this your first time working in television, or you were kind of a pro at this already?
As far as like TV show wise, yes, first time. I do a lot of philanthropy work out of Chicago, which gets a lot of media coverage because you don't see a tow truck company doing stuff that we do. So, but as far as TV show wise, yes, absolutely, this is my first time.
Okay, so what was it like? Did you feel weird? Like, okay, I can't say what I want to say because I got this camera in front of me.
It was, they always would, tell us, pretend like we're not here, ignore the cameras. And of course that was easier said than done. Eventually it got a lot easier. Because there were moments when we kind of forgot the cameras were there because, of course, some of our cousins can, get on our other side. So, but yeah, overall, it was a great experience. They made it very comfortable, very easy. Like I said, it got to the point where literally we did forget they were there. And that's kind of what they wanted. They wanted to portray what really actually goes on. They wanted to see what actually goes on in the field. And so I think they got some of it.
Yeah, because one of the things coming from reality television myself, I think that was the hardest part for me to kind of adapt to was, getting used to the cameras not being there. So it was a few scenes that I was looking directly at the camera because, your eye go right to it. If somebody walking by you, of course your eyes is gonna go that way. So I wanted to know, what was it like, getting used to the cameras and stuff like that. Now, what can we expect from you? Are we 2 or 3 episodes in right now? I think
we are actually about 12 episodes.
Oh, 12 episodes. Okay, because I just started watching it. Okay, so what can we expect from you?
So we're about 12 episodes in. Right now, we're actually in the middle of what they call mid-season. I don't even know the actual terminology.
The mid-season finale.
Yeah. They took a break. There you go. They took a break. TV break. All right. I told you I ain't into this TV stuff. Okay. So they took a TV break. So they're gonna probably plan like some reruns and stuff like that. And then they're kind of like gearing up for the other half of the season. And so there actually are some good episodes that are going to be coming up that you're going to see. I do like the fact that they are going to be highlighting our philanthropy work in Chicago.
Yes.
I love that.
We'll talk about that next. Yes.
Yeah. And
let's talk about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your philanthropy work. But before we get there, let's talk about your business. And, you know, how, like you said, how long you've been in business. We talked about how long you've been in television, but how long you've been in business. You know, like, let's talk about your team and all the other good stuff.
Yeah. So 2013 is when I started my business. I literally walked off of my job, my 9 to 5, and I had a baby on the way. And I was like, you know what? I want more, you know? And so I decided to start a touring business. No experience, no background. I don't come from this touring family. I mean, the one good advantage I had was that I do come from an entrepreneurship background. My father was an entrepreneur, my grandfather was an entrepreneur, and so I guess you could say it was in me. But I have never ever in my life at that particular time told nobody, and it showed. I mean, I messed up some people's cars. I mean, I I wouldn't advise that now. I mean, but I literally was using other people's vehicles as test dummies. I mean, and you know, yeah, it was bad. I mean, I ripped off some bumpers and messed up some mufflers, all type of stuff. But I got the hang of it. So if you're watching, I'm sorry. But anyway, but yeah, so I started off one raggedy old tow truck. I mean, I always tell the story, Fred Sanford and Son truck. Literally, you can see the holes through the wall, and through the floors, and no AC. I mean, it was bad. You know, at that time, I had saved up about 10,000 when I left my job, and I said, okay, I thought that was enough in my mind. I'm like, okay,
It was enough.
Yeah, in my mind, I mean, I didn't know how much tow trucks cost, none of that. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, this will work, you know. And so I ended up spending 7,500 of that. You know, I ended up finding out that tow trucks costed way more than $10,000. And so in my mind, I looked up when I was able to get this truck because I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I got a deal until I saw it. I was like, oh, this is what I bought, you know. But yeah, I mean, it worked out. I mean, I was able to start off with that. I mean, and you know, I've had several people that have actually helped me to get to where I'm at, so I appreciate them. You know, because I mean, I definitely heard a lot of no's. A lot of people was like, "Oh, heck no, you ain't touching my car with that," you know. And so it was the yeses that made the difference, you know, and it was the yeses that got me to this point. And so for that, I'm grateful. And so yeah, so I started off one truck, eventually built my fleet. Eventually, I started getting more contracts, and you know, here we are today, 18 trucks later. So
18 trucks and a TV show.
And a TV show.
Safe to say you're winning, sir. But it doesn't stop there. You know, you're quite the philanthropist from what I read. So let's talk a little bit about your give back efforts.
Yeah, so it was like my second year in business. I ran into a young lady that was stranded on the side of the road. It was actually right before Christmas, and I was actually on my way home, getting off work. And I pulled over, I get out, I'm like, hey, you okay? She was like, nah, she was crying. And I said, okay, you know, you need some help? She said, yeah, but you know, I don't have no money. So just go ahead. I said, well, if you stay here, the police gonna tell you. So I'm like, you know, do you have anything? And she was like, no, I don't have no money. She had her kids in the car. She was crying. It was the day before Christmas. So, y'all know it's a sad story. It is a sad story.
I know, I'm crying up already. Like, man, or was it me? You never know.
So, literally, I was like, you know what? I tell you what, it's the day before Christmas. Come on, I'm gonna tell you for free. And so, I got her in the car, and so she literally like broke down. Like I'm talking about, like like tears, screaming. I'm like, so I said, man, I'm telling you for free. What you crying for still? And so she started talking about like her life and how she had had it so rough, and she had these kids and she didn't have any gifts, didn't have any Christmas plan for them. And, it was just like, man, it kind of hit home. I was like, wow, and I keep in mind, I'm still fairly new in business, and so, I mean, but it kind of touched me to where I was like, wow, so when I dropped her off, it touched me so much that I literally dropped her car off, and I left, and I went to a local Walmart, and I got a Christmas tree, got some toys for her kids, and I came back, knocked on the door, and I surprised her. And I never forget that moment. I never forget the look on those kids' faces. I mean, I never forget, like, how she, how she acted. It was literally then when I realized, like, okay, this is what I'm meant to do, this is my purpose. And ever since then, I mean, literally, I've been Christmas giveaways every year. We do turkey drives, we do prom giveaways. We come to the Call of Duty. I mean, whatever I can do to try to help and do my part, I do. I mean, I've even got to the point where I'll literally call other business owners out, like, hey, look, y'all not doing enough. Y'all need to get involved. Y'all need to start interacting with the community, because of course, without the community, it wouldn't be us. It wouldn't be a W&W. And so I always try to, come to the call whenever, whether it's locally or, on a national level. I mean, I, went to Houston, for instances where they've had issues, and I went to Flint, Michigan when they've had. So, it's not just a local thing. I mean, I try to get involved whenever I hear about something. If I can do my part, I try to do it.
That's absolutely dope. So definitely kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
What also I want to know, as it relates, because this is still a trucking business, right? Mm-hmm. How would you say it differ from like a towing business versus a semi-truck business? Are there any differences? Do you guys go through like all of the same, like you have to have your authority and all that other good stuff as well?
Yeah, so we have all of that. Actually, we tow semis. So actually there are some episodes early on. I think the first episode is episode 3 that actually shows us towing a semi. We had a semi that was stuck under a bridge. And so so we have to go through the same steps as they do. We have to get the same numbers, DOT, ICC. So all of those numbers are numbers that we definitely have to have as well.
Nice. What's next? I mean,
I don't know.
You don't have enough to do.
Look, I know. Good question. I don't know. I mean, right now, of course, we're hoping for a season 2. So hopefully we got to, get everybody watching, or either even a spinoff. I mean, I never thought that we would get to this level, but now that we are on this level, and now that we've actually reached this point, I mean, it's, it's kind of exciting. It's fun. It's a whole lot easier than dealing with look, I'd rather take a TV show over dealing with
yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man, it's like some of these people, woo, it's been, but yeah, I just try to use this platform as a means of, of course, trying to help additional people. If this can somehow shed a light on Chicago in a positive way that will maybe touch someone's heart to say, hey, man, I want to get involved. I want to help. I mean, hey, bring it on,
I love it. Well, listen, thank you so much for stopping by Sheen Talk. This is a Sheen Magazine exclusive. Tell everybody who you are. How can we find you? And, also tell us about the show. Where can we watch it and all that other stuff as well?
So again, Early Walker, owner of WW Toying. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Early Walker. Again, Mr. Early Walker. Also, my business page is on Instagram as well at WW Toying. Twitter, Early Walker, and then of course Facebook, Early Walker of WW Toying. And once again, thank you for having me. A&E every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. A&E every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hustle and Tow.
Guys, you know how important this is. For one, we are supporting a small Black business just by tuning in, sharing it, making a phone call, placing an order. It's your girl, the media doctor, aka